What's going on, guys? It's Brandon back here again today for a Stanley Cup Final game review. We are here for Game 2 of the Stanley Cup Final that was played last night, and wow, utter domination by Vegas is kind of what happened. So Game 1, Game 1's in Vegas. No one really knows how this series is going to go. So a lot of people have Florida, some people have Vegas. And Vegas comes out and wins 5-2, but it was a close game until the third period. It was 2-2 up until about halfway through the third, and then Vegas kind of opened the door, and they win 5-2. Game 2 now. This game was over before it started. Vegas wins Game 2 7-2 as they now go to Florida to try to finish off a sweep. A sweep has not been done since 1998 in the Stanley Cup Final, where the Devils in 95, the Avs in 96 against the Panthers, the Red Wings in 97 and 98, 4 consecutive sweeps in the Stanley Cup Final. There has not been one since that consecutive streak of sweeps. And, so utter blowout here. I wanted to call back to 1996 for this because this series is setting up a lot like that series was. And I was looking at the games of that series, I'm looking at what's happened already, and I wanted to compare them. So Game 1 in 1996 was in Colorado. Colorado wins 3-1. The scoring is lower in '96 than it is now, for sure. It's not at the dead puck area yet, but it is getting there reasonably fast. So Vegas wins game 1 5-2. I'm not sure why I just put game. They win Game 1 5-2. So it's not too far off, but it is similar score. Game 2, Colorado wins 8-1. 8-1. This is that 8-1 game right here in Game 2, except it's 7-2. And then, of course, Games 3 and 4 in Florida, Colorado wins 3-2, and then they win 1-0 in triple overtime. It was a domination, that series. Florida played their heart out, but they could not get near the Avs, and right now it's kind of looking similar for these Florida Panthers. Only difference between those Florida Panthers and these Florida Panthers have actual stars on their team. That Florida Panthers was all about. It was a lot about the trap game and the neutral zone trap, and a lot of depth players, a lot of role player guys who all came together as one. They didn't have any superstars. That's the kind of the opposite of what's going on in Florida. They got Matthew Tkachuk, Barkov is there, Verhaeghe had a 40-goal season. Bobrovsky's been fantastic until this. He would be pulled after Peter because let me just write this down. 4 goals, 13 shots. All right. Just want to keep my notes up. All right, so let's go to the first period. So at 12:55, it's a Vegas power play goal. Jonathan Marchessault from Stevenson and Eichel, his 11th of the playoffs. Marchessault is quickly becoming my front runner for the Conn Smythe. Adin Hill's been incredible, but Marchessault's point totals just keep going up. He and Eichel probably are going to be duking it out for it, and when they play on the same line, that shows you how good these guys are. So that makes it 1-0, and then at 2:01, it becomes 2-0 as it's a Vegas goal from Alec Martinez. I'm going to pause because there's a plane flying over my house. Alright, what a nuisance. Try to keep my window open because it's hot as hell, but then you hear all the planes. They usually don't. So yes. Alec Martinez gets the goal, his first of the playoffs from Barbashev and Marchessault. It makes it 2-0 for Vegas. We go to the second period, so it's 2-0 after 1. And at 17:59, it's a 3-0 because it's a Vegas goal from Nick Waugh, second of the playoffs from Carrier and Whitecloud, 3-0. Then it's 4-0 because at 12:50, it's a Vegas goal from Brett Howden. He had a fantastic game. Fourth of the playoffs from Stone and Stevenson to make it 4-0. And at that point, Bobrovsky gets pulled because he allows 4 goals on 13 shots. And Florida's actually out shooting Vegas in this game. They outshot them in both games so far. And then near the end of the period, Tkachuk lays the hit on Eichel. Frustration boils over. Eichel goes immediately to the locker room. His helmet got knocked off in the hit. Everyone was pretty surprised he came back, and I gotta say, he came back and played fantastic. He was fantastic out there. And, so after that, Barbashev goes after Tkachuk. They both get 10-minute misconduct, so they spend the first 10 minutes of the period in the box. And we go to the third, where at 19:46, so 14 seconds in, It's a Florida goal. Anton Lundell, second of the playoffs from Duclair to make it 4-1. And this probably got some hope in Florida. Like, come on, let's go. We got one back, 3 more to go. But that's pretty squashed pretty quickly, because at 17:50, around 2 minutes later, it's a Vegas goal. Jonathan Marchessault restores the 4-goal deficit. 12th of the playoffs, second of the game from Eichel, who gets his second assist. So it's now 5-1 Vegas. And then at 9:27, Vegas makes it 6-1 on a goal from Michael Amadio. Good one-timer there. This is now Alex Lyons in the net. He's been in the net for these 2 goals. He's still got one more in him. That's from William Karlsson, made with the assist. And then at 7:16, so around 2 minutes after that, it is a Florida goal from Matthew Tkachuk, his 10th of the season. Not many people saw it, or 10th of the playoffs. I keep saying season. Not many people saw it go in, because they just kept playing, but the refs pointed that it was in, and Vegas was like, all right, we're up by a lot, so it's fine. So Bennett and Mahura get the assist there, and it is now 6-2. And then with 2 minutes remaining at 2:08, it's a Vegas goal from Brett Howden, his 5th of the season, 5th of the playoffs. I got to stop myself. From Amadio and Carrier. So that makes it 7-2. And at that point, there were just misconducts and penalties flying everywhere. There were 148 penalty minutes in this game. I'm trying to think, 12 of those were misconducts. So 120 of those penalty minutes, they were misconducts. So there were still another 28. So the Panthers had 6 players ejected. The Knights had 4 players ejected. By the end, there were only 6 players on the Panthers bench. So you had the 5 guys and the goalie out on the ice, and then you had the 6 guys and the goalie on the Panthers bench. The amount of space in between everyone was hilarious. I was laughing when I saw that. I'd never seen a bench that empty before. But yeah, Florida's going to need a miracle to come back to Florida and hopefully get something going for them, because nothing went well in Vegas for them. Today I'm wearing my Marc-Andre Fleury jersey. I decided to wear my Vegas jerseys in the order that I got them, and also essentially the order that they were released as well, because I've been getting them in the order they were released. So I got my Marc-Andre Fleury white jersey on. If I can turn around, got number 29 on the back. See it there. But yeah, that's going to be all I have for you guys today. Tell me down below what your thoughts were to this blowout, and tell me down below who you think is going to win Game 3. I want to thank you guys so much for watching, and I shall see you guys in the next one. Goodbye.